welcome to everybody. I'm just introducing this talk together, and we are going to present our experience, and especially Nessia and Yishai will going to present the experience with this beautiful nation of people, the Zulù nation. They like to be called nation, not population or something else, or people. They are a nation, and all this trip that we are going to make together tonight start from a question, actually, and Nessia will explain better the origin of this question. But actually, I think that everybody who love constellation in some point had the same question, where Hellinger took his own inspirations that are in the background of constellation. And actually, I had the same question, but I was too lazy to find the answer. And in fact, Nessia and Yishai had the courage and the intuition to go exactly where Bert Hellinger found his insight, most of his insights about constellation. So when we talk about the orders of love, for instance, from the experience of the Zulu people, comes out that there is a great coherence between their own way of seeing life and the order of love. But this Nessia and Yishai will explain best this topic. So in the evening, we would like to explain a little bit of the experience, where all this adventure come from. And then we will talk a little bit about the experience we had in Milan with Nessia, where we already did a seminar that put together like a merging of traditions between constellation and Zulu tradition. And then we will talk about the experience that we will have together in September. So please, I ask you to, okay, great, thank you. So I will leave the word to Nessia and Yishai, and we will start explaining a little bit where all this adventure come from, and why we are here tonight, actually. And everything started from this search. So Nessia and Yishai, please continue.
Yishai, start, please.
We can
again. Hello, everybody. It's really great to have you all with us. So, yes, where did it start? So I think for me, it started differently than from Nessia, but Nessia will tell you her story. For me, it actually started when first I established the Constellation Path, which is the organization that we have in Israel and internationally. When we set up the school with the graduates and we did a constellation to inaugurate or give birth to the organization, we had many elements in that constellation. However, by the end of it, we found ourselves all dancing with all kinds of rattles and things around a middle fire. And it felt like, although first we had Bert Hellinger as the inspiration, by the end of the constellation, we had the energy from the Zulu people coming into that constellation. And then sometime later on, we did a constellation. We felt the organization is not really moving as we would like. And we did a constellation with with some colleagues to ask what is preventing or what can support the organization to be more popular, more successful. And it came up very strongly that we need to make connection to the Zulu tradition. So then I started looking and searching. I first contacted Lindiwe. Some of you might have heard about her. And then COVID came in and her place lost
Lindiwe from South Africa.
Sorry?
In South Africa. In South Africa, Lindiwe.
Yes, yes. She's by origin came from the Zulu tradition. So that didn't work, and I tried all kind of other things, and then I met Nessia. And Nessia, when we met, she said, in 1 month or so, I'm going to South Africa to search for the origin. So that's how it started. And then Nessia went and got lost in South Africa and had all kind of adventures until she found the first shaman that we made contact with. And then she will say her story, but she brought him to Israel. We brought him to Israel. We had an amazing week with him. And then together with Dan, who is here, say hello, Dan, and some others, we went back to South Africa to experience firsthand their way of living. I think, in short, the most important thing for me, I can say so much what I got, and mainly the connections, the very obvious connections between their beliefs and traditional healing and so on, and the culture to the constellation method, both on the orders level, but also on the energetical and field level. The connections became very obvious to us. And after we came back from there, we agreed, I think Dan and me, that it had great influence on our constellation work. We just started, something else came into our work, which was very profound. So instead of having just Bert Hellinger's energy in the work, we had their energy come into our work. And it just was, it made it much more, I don't know, profound or something like that. Okay, I think that's enough for me. Nessia, I give you the mic.
Hello to all. I went there, and the first thing that I was surprised at was that what we are interpreting, all the basis of the constellation, orders of love, reconciliation, sense of belonging, and equanimity in the relationship are the principle that guides the Zulu nation in every day, every moment of their life. And the connection between the visible world and the invisible world is so deep that what I was there, and it is like to be in a constellation all the day and all the night. We are there, and when one moment I can tell you, you see, these things that we find now represent something. Come to see what it is representing. If I am a little, am I okay, or I am a little sad, or I am hungry. The boy of by 13 years old tell me, who is the ancestors who is speaking in you now? Because you know, if you have a reaction, it's not only you. We are connected. This is so simple for them that when I came here to my work, I came to constellation from the Zulù. I found the constellation 20 years ago. I studied it also in psychology. I take from them all the principles, but I didn't make constellation because I was not, I didn't understand how it works spiritually. I thought that there is something very deep, but for me it was too difficult maybe. But in 20 years, I always asked to me, what is inside? What Bert Hellinger saw there, they bring him to this consideration. And there, for example, I give you some examples. I come to a Sangoma. Sangoma is a spiritual healer. And who tell me, what do you want? I told him I want healing. Ah, okay. Who take bones and some objects, who throw them, and who is looking at them, observing them a long time. And then told me, but it's not you that you need healing. It's your husband. I didn't like this answer. So I went to another one. And the other one take 7 candles, each one of another of a different color. And then when she saw how the candle burned, who told me, but it's not you, it's your husband. 2 different people at 300 kilometers one from the other. They don't know anything. They saw the same thing, but I asked, how do you can see it? You see, there is 7 candles. This candle represents your husband, and you see it is crying now. And then all the things have a sense. And so for me, it was so deep that I came in South Africa another time. And I want to greet these people for the big gift they gave to Western people with this way of life for 5,000 years. And for us, it's so little. The rituals they do, that they will do with us in Florence in September, it's not a ceremony. Because in the ritual, like in a constellation, we know that in the beginning, we know what we want to bring there. But after is the ritual they bring us. It's not a ceremony like a wedding. All the people, also all what is there, the nature, the animals, all what is present there that we can see and don't see are in the representation, are in the ritual, and they change. A big thing that I saw there, that with this insight, we can also transform not only the feeling, the position, but all the lineage, Maggio, come si dice, all the of the ancestors. We are feeling ourselves, our next, and all the problems they come to us to be resolved. And we can understand how to see and how to work with the synchronism of the things. And when I told to these people I want to I want to give you thanks for this gift. They start to cry because they told me, you are the first white people that see us. And then they asked me, please go to every people in the village, ask her, what is your name? And then tell her, I see you. Tell him, I see you. I did it all the night. And I saw people that was so, because you see who is the man, who is the women. And this is the principle of everything. They have the house of ancestors, every single family, traditional, but we have kilometers and hectares, and all the Zululand are house normal, rectangular, and also a little house, circular. It is the house of the ancestors. And then you go there, you do the rituals. It has to be circular because anything has to be not see. You have to see, not with the angle. I can go in the angle and maybe people don't see me. We have not secrets, no separation. All has to be seen. And when you can live it in every moment of the day, it changes a life. And for this, I invite all the people I love and all who love constellation to come to the happening. It will be a retreat not with the normal from 7 to 8 and from 9 to 10. No, we will bring there the village. We will be in a hotel only for us in the middle of the nature. And then we will have also our ancestor house, circular. And we can live with them. And also take with them from each Sangoma, who can make a healing with a translator and a facilitator, and they can explain how to do. And we will make rituals in the morning and in the night. We will live every day living with synchronism, and we start to see each one how he used the symbols and the everyday life to see the connection. Because they also all the time are telling we are all connected. I finish now. If Yishai or Lorenzo want to speak, please.
Yes, I think we wanted to hear a little bit about the experience that you had in Italy when you had all these facilitators and constellation students doing this ritual. Maybe Lorenzo, you can share a little bit about that.
Yes. Of course, when Nessia told me about her adventures in Africa with the Sangomas, I was very much interested, curious, and I really fell in love with this kind of living. They really bring constellations, and they really bring synchronicity, interdependence in every aspect of their own life. And Nessia was very good in explaining us how they do this, how they live this synchronicity in every moment. And really, Nessia has a lot of story to tell about that. And we were very much in love with this new discovery about constellation. We really are in love with this methodology. I met Constellation 20 years ago. We have a school here in Italy, a training for constellators. So we are really in love with this methodology. However, this new information coming from the very roots of our own history, our own lineage, really changed my own perspective about constellation, really made something even more broader, even broader and rich. So I really was very thankful to Nessia and Yishai for this experience. And we decided to do a seminar in which to merge the knowledge that Nessia was bringing to us directly from her experience with the Sangomas and constellation. So we did a wonderful seminar here in Milan, where we really felt the deepness, the beauty of connecting ourselves to our lineage, because we, as a constellator, we have two lineage. The first one is our own lineage that goes from us to Bert Hellinger, and it's a short lineage. But we discovered that we have also a long lineage that go much back in time, go to this ancient tradition. So it was very interesting, and we felt very lucky, and we felt a different strength in constellating, knowing that we have on our back a lot of ancestors as a constellator, which is not our own trainers, who is not only Bert Hellinger. It's a lot of strength coming from the whole tradition. So this really changed our perspective, change our way of constellating. And in Milan, we really did something very interesting. Actually, we have a short video. I don't know if it could be a good idea to show the video also. But anyway, we try to honor deeply the tradition of the Zulu people and honor also the constellative tradition, because, you know, it's easy when you merge different culture to be very superficial and in some way to dishonor something, and to be, you know, a little bit naive in doing ceremony or rituals. So we really, I think we do our best to keep the most faithful tradition, both in constellation and both for what concerned the Zulu tradition. And the result was very interesting, was very joyful, a lot of joy, a lot of synchronicity, a lot of interesting approach, like offering food, for instance. I'm very interested in Tibetan Buddhism, for instance, and in Western tradition, it's quite common to offer food to masters, to deities, to Buddhas. And we found that here, basically, it works in the same way. There is a lot of time offering food and offering beautiful things and something precious to our ancestors. Ancestors want to receive our own offering. And then Nessia will explain better this fact, but it's quite joyfully interesting to see that it has been a very colorful, joyful ceremony, what we did, and it worked. Even in the center of Milan, it worked quite well. And so this really changed our way to approach constellation. And now I hope that this event will help anybody to have the same insight, the same change, and the same perspective about constellation. Okay. I
want to add something about the
sure.
food. It's not only an offer. In the ritual, we have we enter in a space, in a field that we don't know. And so we give to ancestors the food that they like, not what we think is good for them. And so maybe if we don't like cheese, we have to give and to try to put in the mouth a little of cheese, only a little bit, to tell them that we are little more. We are small, and they are the big one. And all the ceremony is with symbols about this. And about this offering, they didn't speak about ancestors like a cult of ancestors. For example, there is a little something that I love to say it. In every culture in the world, we have a deep connection with the ancestors. Also in Japan. In Japan, the president of Japan, before entering the parliament, who enter in the house of ancestors and give some food. And one day, one of Western friends asked him, really, you think that ancestor will eat this food? And the Japanese say to him, really, you think that that when you bring flowers to a tomb, the dead will smell it? And it is something that in the symbol of the food we can find the deep connection and how it resonates in us, because it's not only to do it, it's to be in it and to be a constellation with this. What this food represents for me, what this food represents for them, what this food represents for all of us. And this is in all the things that we do. And the food is the thing that we do every day. And so for this, we do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Nessia. I just want to add one more thing, because we talked a lot about the rituals and how the different orders that we have in constellations are practiced daily by the Zulù tradition and the Zulù people. But I think another thing that had quite a profound effect on us, being with them, is the whole field phenomena, is the sense. We had this joke that they do not, they never de-roll. It's as if they're all the time in role, representing and connecting to the field. And at first it's very confusing because you're not sure when you interact with them if they are talking to you or not talking to you. And our minds found it very confusing and sometimes frustrating. And slowly, as you get used to it, you see that they are relating to us in a wider sense, almost relating in a field. And there is a sense that you are all the time, you slowly develop it being with them, that you are all the time connecting to the field, not just when you're doing a ritual or a constellation. And that was also, for me, very profound, just to experience this ongoing and not just when I work. Okay, I think we can now open for questions. Yes, Lorenzo, you want to add something more?
I just wanted to add something that really was very interesting for me. It is what Nessia called the report. I think that they call it in this way, no? It's a very, very deep and very interesting and simple, actually, practice that they do every day, many times a day, I think. And we also did it here in our own seminar, which is just talking with our ancestors in a very natural way and explaining whatever we are going to do in the day and whatever we have already done in the day, like if we were talking with our own relatives alive. So they have this beautiful and incredible relationship with the invisible, which is so natural and simple. And apart from being something that you know, we like by instinct, but it's very healthy. I mean, we all could feel a great benefit from this practice, just talking to our ancestors as if they were here just around us. And actually they are here around us, but we don't see them and we forget them. So what we really experiment in a constellation, it's their own life. They live it, as Nessia said, the whole day long. And I was wondering if Nessia wants to guide us in a report, like if we could do it now. For instance, if we say something that we want to ask to our ancestors, and then we do that movement, very nice movement, which is clapping our hands, because what I learned from Nessia is that our ancestors need our noise to be waking up. So if we want to communicate with them, we need to be joyful and noisy, using drums or instruments or clapping hands. So Nessia, if you want to give us a little experience.
Now I am here with Lorenzo and Yishai and other people. And first of all, I want to tell thanks to what brings me today to this moment. Without what was before, we cannot be here now. And so thanks a lot. And I do this because I have to know, I have also to hear what I am telling, and it is important. We have to change the sound. And now I have to tell that I'm so happy. We speak about all the emotions. They speak about the emotion like we speak about breakfast. I am so happy now. I'm so happy that I can share this experience. And I ask you, the request has to be very precise, very, very strict. Not, I want to ask you love and job and friends. No, I want to ask you to bring me to do this with these people here and all around the world to a big happening where all our ancestors together with my ancestors and your ancestors, and together we'll dance together. Now, this report is not only for me, it's also for all the participants here and the ancestors. We need to do something together all the time. We need the rituals and the healing and the connection with the community, because I need the community. They see me when I do the changement, when I have the transformation. And so if you are seeing me, observing me, how I change in my face, in my movement, in my emotion, I need the testimonials, and you are testimonials that we are now here. And please, you have to help me. You have to came up. You have to give me all the strength to do it with love, with joy, and with happiness. And please, do with all this project what we did with me, and ancestors here, head, an ancestor head, an ancestor behind, and an ancestor here that help me to be light, and somebody that cleaning the road to the what we want. And please, I want to see, I want, because you have to give me this, because I am the result of your efforts. I want the signals to know if I am in the right road or not.
Thank you, Nessia. And imagine that all this ritual has been done with 40 people in the room with instruments and clapping hands, but all together. So each one say his own or her own report, making noise. So we all speak together, and it's an incredible energy what come up from this. So it's a very interesting experience, and it really touched me what Nessia explained about their ways to perceive ancestors. They say that in the back ancestors sustain us. There are ancestors that sustain us from the back. Some of them that clean in front of us, the street, the route, and some of them that raise from the shoulders. And I think it's such a beautiful way to see ancestors. And the other thing that really touched me is that they really ask, they really want a help. They're not like praying softly, you know, it's not like a soft prayer, please give me help. No, they really scream for the help. And this really reconnect me to a movie, Amistad. I don't know if you saw it. It's a Spielberg movie of some time ago, when a black man coming from this kind of tradition said, I call all my ancestors in my heart, and they have to come. They must come, because I am the best reason, and I am the only reason they have been existing. They existed. So it's a very, very direct approach with the ancestors. It's not something so sweet, so soft. It's a very, very strong approach. They really ask, pretend, want.
I have to add also that in the report, we speak also about all our emotions. It's like to be in front of a psychoanalyst, or not in front, in the back of the psychoanalyst, and we say all. And many times we can recognize our voice and to see who is speaking now. I learned that if I am sad or I have a not good day, I ask him, maybe it's related to which story. Also, if I don't know the story of my family, and I feel it in my body. The relationship also with the body, when you do the report, it's not only to explain, like to speak to telephone to a friend. It's a very deep connection to ourselves.
If I can add just one very little thing, is it really changed also some very practical thing that we do in constellation, like giving back the burden. No, we take the burden from our ancestors, we take the weight for our ancestors, and in some constellation we give them back. They said, no, that's not the way. You should transform that weight. You should transform that issue. Who are you to give them back? And this is, something challenging for us, because it's something different from the way we sometimes intend to solve an issue in a constellation.
we can ask them to bring this.
Yes.
You are right. Who are need to take this, give this to them, but they can take this, and then together to transform. This, I think, it's a connection between constellation as we know them and the traditional.
Okay, I think it's time to, obviously you can see, we can, once you experience this, we can talk about it on and on. Because it is so transformational and it touched us also deeply, this work. It's a little bit how we talked when we first found constellations. We can also talk about it on and on. So we feel we found a treasure, and we not only want to share it with more people, especially from the constellation field, but we also have a sense that this meeting between the constellation field and the Zulu traditional wisdom will be good for both sides. So now we would like to open, the mics, and if people have questions, or if you want to share something, if you had such experiences, if you can just put your hand out, and then we'll invite you to either ask a question about our meetings and experiences with this work, or of course about the intensive or the retreat that we plan in Florence. Okay, Maria?
Could you please give us some more details about the retreat in Florence?
Okay, who wants to do this? Nessia?
About what, Maria?
About the retreat in September in Florence.
Okay.
Thank you.
It will be in Val Lombrosa, 1,000 meters above of Firenze, in a big park, private park, millennial park, for a big hotel that it will be only for us. And it is a beautiful hotel, Art Nouveau, and we have the possibility to be, like the Zulù likes, to be free. Everyone can ask for the kind of food that he needs, vegetarian, vegan, meat. And we have also in the park a big circle tent. We take it from a cirque to make the ceremony for the ancestors and to speak with them and to receive information. It is a big collective connection and constellation. And so in the morning, we go with no space, no time of the Zulu. So we go there and we live with them. And is the something organized. In the morning and in the night, in the evening, we go to the nature and to speak and to recognize the spirit of the energy and of the nature, and make ritual them. And during the day, we will be in little group of some people with one sangoma, one translator, and one facilitator, one of us, or our staff, that will do personal healing, personal approach to this. Everyone has another approach, one with candles, one with strings, one with bones, one with something else. So what it's together for them is that everything represents something. And they explain what to do. So we can see how the original way of representing and to speak and to be in the fight will be. And we will dance because they will come, because we have to enter in a state of ecstasy. So before, in the beginning, we feel the body, then we feel the energy, and then you are nothing, and the ancestors in the nothing, in the void. It's not the void, can enter and you can receive messages. This is what we do. There is also a monastery. It is the hotel is 45 minutes from Firenze. In a bus from Firenze, you can come. Who can come to Rome, and then we have a bus, private bus. We can arrange it with the hotel that bring the people from Rome to the hotel directly.
Yes, so it will be normally when we go to constellation retreats or conferences, when there is more than one facilitators, it's extremely organized by the hour. And you see, Nessia, what Nessia does with her head. This will be different because we want to interact with that energy, which is more like African time.
The African time is also not because they don't have time, because in any time we can see a signal, we can see something that represents something that we have to give them attention. It's another state of mind. And if we can enter in this, it is a big gift for us.
Yes. Actually, it's another way to learn to interact with the field all the time, not just when the time starts. And it's going to start from the morning, and sometimes it can
Evening,
go to
night.
2 o'clock in the night. Yes.
But it's very free, because it's not like a seminar that you know that it is, we have a before, ending, and so on. We can be free to go to any sangoma, to any ritual, to anything. It will be a village where we live together and we do these things, kind of things.
Okay.
The date of the retreat is from 2 of September to 7 of September.
I will place the link for the landing page, so all the details are there.
Yes, the retreat will start at the evening of the 2 of September, and will finish in the morning of the 7th.
So this is the landing page. You have the dates.
And price.
Prices, and also who to connect to if you have more questions, if it's to the team or to the hotel. It's all should be there, and you should feel free to contact us with that information.
Yes, I want to tell that it is possible for the retreat to pay in 2 times, and the hotel you will pay when you will be there. because we invite the Zulu here.
So the question from Lara, will the retreat will be entirely in English? So generally that is our idea. The translators will definitely be translate to English, but I'm not sure if you're asking because you think maybe there are Italian people who will have problem with the English.
If you have some people that need it, we can arrange a translation. In any case, it's a Zulu English. So my English is fantastic if I compare it with the Zulu, so it's simple to understand.
Yes, but we'll have some good translators also, but when you listen to their English, maybe at the beginning it's difficult to catch, but the ear gets used to it very quickly. But we'll have also translators. Okay, any other questions you have for us? Or blessings or wishes?
I would say that it's a very transformative experience. It has been for me just being in touch with Nessia and now with Yishai. So I'm really looking forward to meet these Sangomas. Dr. 3 Seconds. We talked at the phone sometime, and it's a completely different paradigm. So we really are requested to move in a completely different worldviews. And so I think this is the best part of this experience. We will be with them in a different way to see the world and to see the life, to see all the phenomena around us in a completely different way, much more alive, much more connected. And so I'm really looking forward to this experience.
We will have the Sangoma from South Africa. They come first time in Europe and Western zone to do this. And we have somebody that is a doctor in education and somebody that cannot write her name. And to see how they work together and how everyone are fantastic in the healing is a good experience.
Yes, so we've already met quite a few healers and Sangomas. And we didn't think everybody can fit, so we chose some that we would like to bring over that we feel will benefit us in Europe or the West. But it will depend, how many people will register for the event. But we have about 6, I think, Nessia, is that right? 6 healers.
We have 6 Sangoma, 2 facilitator, and 2 translator.
Yeah, and some of the
Maybe
Sangomas.
more. If you need more, we can bring more.
Yes.
If we don't have many people that come to the retreat, we can do this with few people.
Yeah.
It's very flexible, like in South Africa.
Yes, maybe it's good to just, for those of you who don't know, just to have an idea that when we talk about the Zulu nation, it's not a tribe. We talk about somewhere between 8 and 9 million people. So just to have a sense of what we mean when we talk about the Zulu nation. How many people we are expecting? Hila is asking. Well, we hope to get somewhere between 50 and 80. That's our hope. But it is a very new thing, and I think people are a bit hesitant. But that's our hope.
Okay. We lost Nessia, perhaps?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Okay, Alexandra, I'm just thinking if you are here, maybe, well, I will talk to you personally afterwards about maybe we can do something with Iska.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Yishai. I was going to say in Spanish, claro que sí. Of course. Thank you.
Okay.
What about greeting us with a small meditation about the ancestors, Yishai?
Okay, yes, we can do that. So those of you who are still with us, maybe we just yes end with some ritual that we imported from them. Just a couple of minutes just to get a sense. So yeah, so if you just sit comfortably for a moment. And you just hold or connect to a challenge that you have right now in your life. And once you connect to this challenge, just have a sense how it is in your body, how you feel this challenge in your body. Where is it in your body and how do you feel it? And then you take a deep breath. And you open your awareness allowing ancestors that you may know and may not know to be in this circle of awareness from behind you. They may be close and they may be far. And you expand the awareness in front of you to your future, and you allow those ancestors who can clear your path, help you on your path in the future. Somehow be available there. And you expand more your awareness to elements of nature, like trees, like mountains, like rivers. And there are the ancestors that are connected to those elements. And then you share with them this burden, this challenge that you have. In your image, you allow them to see this challenge. The ones from behind you, the ones in front of you, close and far, and the ones that reside in nature elements. And you see there are different reactions to this challenge that you have. And you see how it feels in your body. And then again, you look forward to your path, to your future, and you see what is now possible with this challenge. And you look at them and you say thank you to the ones behind, to the ones in front, and to those who are in nature elements. Okay, I think that's a nice example.
Thank you, Yishai.
Okay, I think we come to the end, unless there's any burning questions that you still have about the retreat. And if you don't, we will be very happy to meet you there and to share the experience. And if you are a constellation facilitator or a therapist, I think we promise you that it will affect your work.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Grazie a
Thank you very
tutti.
much.